I solved over 100 LeetCode questions, and a couple of months ago, this might have sounded impossible to me. But here's the thing, I started off just like everyone else, stuck, confused on the same problems, and not making any progress. Now, after solving over 100 LeetCode questions, I've learned some crucial techniques that can help save you time and frustration. In this video, I'm sharing everything I wish I knew from day one, and this will help you jumpstart your coding journey and become a LeetCode wizard. It's no secret, if you have a dream of working at a FAANG company like Google, Facebook, and Amazon, you will come across LeetCode style problems in the interview, and you getting the offer will depend on your ability to solve those problems, which will help you secure the six-figure salary. And you getting the offer and securing the six-figure salary will depend on your ability to understand and solve those LeetCode style problems. This is why so many people do the LeetCode grind. In this video, I'll be sharing what I've learned and 3 crucial mistakes that I've made, so hopefully you don't have to make. Hey guys, my name's Zach and I'm a software engineer, and I've solved over 150 LeetCode problems in just a few months. Today I'm going to be sharing how I went from feeling totally lost to now being able to solve those LeetCode problems with ease, and how you can do it too. When I first started, I thought the LeetCode questions were going to be easy. I was confident, maybe a little bit too confident. I went on the LeetCode website and saw the first problem was a question called twosome. I clicked on it and saw the problem, which was essentially to find 2 numbers in an array which added up to the target, which I thought was simple enough. I'd done a double for loop which effectively searched every number with every other number to find the 2 numbers which added up to the target. I pressed submit and saw that my solution worked. I passed. After looking at the solutions, I realized I've done the brute force solution, and it wasn't the best solution or the most optimized solution. And that's when I realized this was my first mistake. My first mistake was diving into LeetCode questions without having a good understanding of data structures and algorithms and space and time complexity. Stay till the end to see my other 2 mistakes. So time complexity is something which helps us understand how long our solution takes compared to different sized inputs. And in order to have the best time complexity, you need to utilize certain data structures and algorithms, which in this example would have been a hash map. So having a good solid understanding of what those are is very important before you dive into LeetCode questions. So after having a basic understanding of data structures and algorithms, I went back to the same question and I realized I could utilize a hash map, which turned my problem from O of n squared, which was quadratic, and dropped it down into O of n, which was linear, and this was the most optimal solution. So just a quick tip, always try find the most optimal solution within your LeetCode questions, as you will be judged on these. So armed with that knowledge, I felt I was ready to start tackling LeetCode questions again. I went back to the website and clicked on the second LeetCode questions, and this was when I hit my roadblock. After 4 hours of staring at my screen, I realized I hadn't written a single line of code. My enthusiasm was vanished and it was replaced with frustration. I looked at the solutions and I still couldn't understand it. I then gave up on the question and then skipped that question and then start clicking on random LeetCode questions. I wasted a lot of time on problems that were either too easy or too hard that I didn't gain anything from. I spoke to my friend about my frustrations, and that's when I realized I was doing it all wrong. My second mistake was doing random LeetCode questions, aka LeetCode hopping. And at first, it might seem the logical order was to go from question number 1 to question number 2, but that's not the case. Those 2 problems are completely separate, and you'd rather work on problems that have similar patterns that can help you understand them. The first problem was surrounding patterns using arrays and hash maps, and the second problem was a linked list problem, and these 2 are very separate. So ideally, you'd rather group those questions together so you can have a better understanding. So instead of doing random question hopping, I started focusing on patterns instead. Patterns like the 2 pointers, hash maps, sliding windows, and utilize websites such as Grind75 or LeetCode 150, which helped group problems by patterns. This reinforced my learning and helped me move from easy questions to medium, and even being able to solve hard problems as I was able to understand the patterns underneath. I was shocked at my improvement, and this helped me recognize patterns faster and solve problems a lot quicker. I sometimes spent 3 to 4 hours on a single problem, not being able to advance. And in a real interview settings, you would only get 45 minutes to 1 hour maximum. And this was my third mistake, spending too much time on a LeetCode problem. And if you're not able to solve it, have a look at the solutions tab. Don't memorize it. Try see if you can understand it and see if you can do that code. See if you can write that code yourself. And if you are able to do so, review your solution, make sure you fully understand it, star it, and be able to revisit that same problem a week after, just to make sure that you know how to solve that particular question. This will help improve your decision making and being able to troubleshoot problems. So yeah, Some last tips from me: time box each questions, give it 30 to 60 minutes maximum. Don't move on. Try to understand the pattern and do it yourself, and this will help you recognize the patterns faster. Always review the solutions, understand how they work, revisit tricky problems after a week or two just to make sure you fully understand them. And lastly, don't memorize the code, memorize the approach. But yeah guys, that's all I have in terms of my journey of how I went from not being able to solve a single LeetCode problem to being able to solve over 150 LeetCode problems. Feel free to share your experience in the comments. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.